Remember when I made when? Do you remember when I made that first video with those stick box or something that had nothing to do? That was the worst first video anybody could ever make. Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, my first video. I don't know what I was thinking when I made it. I don't. Oh my God! What the frick is? Oh, Jesus! Holy crap! Or do you remember when if there was if there were two characters in a show, people didn't think that they liked each other? Do you remember that? Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers that too. Or do you remember when YouTube oh God. Or do you remember when YouTube didn't fill your recommendation? Your recommended videos with channels you didn't even know existed? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Where do you remember when YouTube had cool stuff like McDonald's toy reviews or Mario plushie videos or Angry Bird plushie videos or Five Nights at Freddy's plushie videos or Salad Fingers. Salad Fingers likes it when the red water comes out. Do you remember that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Or do you remember when... Holy snipe! This is whack! I don't know how that has anything to do with anything. Or do you remember when I called Eli the baby? Eli, do you remember that? Uh-huh. Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers too. Or do you remember when you hit that pedestrian on the crosswalk and you just drove away? Do you remember that? Pepperidge Farm freaking remembers. Or do you remember when you were playing that Pikmin game? When all of your Pikmin died? Wait, what did I say? Or do you remember when you were playing Hey Pikmin and all of your Pikmin died, but you didn't feel it, and you didn't get really sad, and you just got some new ones, but then all of those new ones died. You still didn't feel remorse for them. Remember that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Or do you remember when you were trying to catch that Pokemon to complete your Pokedex, but your Pokemon was like 30 levels up from it, so you couldn't get it. So you couldn't really catch it without accidentally making it faint. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Or do you remember when stuff like? Or do you remember when people only made videos about like the good? Or do you remember when people made fun and not just horror games, not just tons and tons of horror games, like the fun games like Pokemon or Pikmin or I don't know, more games about murderers killing children who come to haunt animatronics and kill their murderer, but their murderer sometimes survives, and the timeline is so crazy that drives the guy whose entire job is to make theories insane, and as he quoted, kicks him in the privates over and over again. Why can't people make more games like that, huh? Do you remember when people made more games like that? Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers that too. But You know the one thing Pepperidge Farm doesn't remember?